Hey, Online Academy. I haven't given you a screencast in a little bit, so I thought I would just kind of give you a video introduction to this week, which covers the topic of justice. And this week, it's kind of just an introduction to several different things within that big topic, I guess, several different, subtopics. And then hopefully next week, we will really get into some excerpts from the book that we will be reading excerpts from Just Mercy. But before we jump into that, I want to just kind of explore the concept of justice. What is justice? What is injustice? And the fact that, both of those things exist in our society. So the first page here, there's nothing for you to do on this. But this is a local man, Ricky Kidd, and he actually spoke at our school a few years ago during an evening event. There is a documentary, lots of things. He's really become a voice for the voice and the face for wrongly convicted people. So I just want you to kind of watch his story. This is a little interview with him and his lawyer. There's also a Kansas City Star article down here too that will also link you to more articles that give you more of the details and facts regarding his case if you are interested. But really, I just want you to kind of see, wrong convictions happen because our justice system is not perfect. I don't think anyone would argue against that. So I just want you to kind of watch this as an introduction to the topic this week. Next, you're going to just explore some famous, I have a typo. I always see my typos in my screencasts. Some famous trials on this website. Very easy to use website. Famous trials throughout history. I want you to just kind of explore this. Some of them are really interesting. Lizzie Borden, for example, I know there was a Netflix miniseries several years ago about her. Super interesting stuff. Lots of different historic trials that take you, a way back, and then some are more recent as well. Explore that and just kind of read through some. You can see up here at the top, there are some different tabs. If you just want to explore murder trials, or there is a wrongful convictions tab as well. And I encourage you to maybe focus on that one. Really, any of these are fine to read through, but we are focusing more in Just Mercy on wrongful convictions. So explore that. Read through a few. Once you come to one, and I'm going to fix my typo here. Once you find one that maybe interests you the most, you are going to post onto the discussion board. And we're kind of discussion board heavy this week, guys, but that's kind of what we're doing in class too, is just discussing. Post a summary of the case. Tell me what the case is. Post a summary, the outcome of the case, and do you agree or disagree with the outcome, meaning the conviction or the lack of conviction, and why, okay? I might add in here to respond to a peer, because some of these cases are just so interesting that if you at least read through someone else's summary, you will be exposed to more of them. So I'll probably change that here in just a second. Next up, the Innocence Project. This is very similar to what Bryan Stevenson does with the Equal Justice Initiative that we'll be getting into next week. But basically, this is there is a national organization, and then there's some more local organizations as well. So read through these links just to see what they are all about. And then us teachers have kind of just picked through a few different people's cases that are a little more local just to read through and study. And so there's a lot of cases on this website. You can pick something else, but these are, the ones that are most local. Once you've studied that, you're going to respond to one of the following questions. So give you a little option here on the discussion board, either what stood out to you about the case, and why it stood out to you and why it matters. Then, what is justice as far as this case goes? What did justice look like in this case? And then finally, in your opinion, is the justice system fair? And that shouldn't say it, and finally, you're just going to pick one of those. So make sure, I really want this discussion board, I really want you to be practicing the ICE acronym here. So really think about, how you're going to set this up. I want you to introduce the source and the author, summarize the case, answer your question, and try to integrate a direct quote that supports your answer to that question, okay? Again, really just that ICE method that we've been going through this year. And then please do respond to another person's discussion board post. And then lastly, this is kind of two-part discussion board, sort of unrelated, but I wanted to just cover the topic of acquitted versus exonerated and the difference between those things. You can just do a simple Google search to figure this out and why that difference is important to people who have either been acquitted versus exonerated or vice versa, okay? And then part two, kind of shifting gears a little bit here, but I just thought one discussion board post was enough for this. An article here on Newsela. This was from a couple years ago when the NBA went on a strike. And then I just want you to kind of think about what are your thoughts on, because you'll see why they went on a strike if you don't remember that. What are your thoughts on professional athletes, celebrities, business owners, and other seemingly non-political entities taking a stance on social justice? What are your thoughts on that? Should they be doing that? Is it good? Just your thoughts, because that's happening, a lot more and more. And so I just want to see kind of, what you guys think about that. I believe that is it for this week. Digital notebook. I will post that here in just a second. Hopefully we can use that to kind of get into some of our independent reading, but right now it's just kind of a place to have some time to kind of write freely. So I will get your digital notebook posted here in just a minute. But anyway, like I said, wanted to hop on with just a video introduction. It had been a minute. If you have questions this week, please let me know.